Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat on the way in. Look, I didn't even have the patience to wait um for the whole stream to end. We will be probably doing a part two to this, so y'all buckle up. Miss Paris Milan has come out of being a newlywed to do damage control. Oh, but of course she did. Oh, but of course she did. What are we speaking about? The young lady passing, right? Paris Milan right now is streaming. Paris Milan is streaming as we speak, right? As we speak. Paris Milan is speaking about Miss Sade Robinson, Lauren Smithfield, Asia Maynard. She started her stream as a fake ass cautionary tale. She's speaking like she's gonna, caution these caution young college age black women with the dating scene, and she notices that these women are passing in the presence of white men. She's trying to play the race card down. Paris, you forgot you were the one. Paris, by the way, for any alphabet boys that might be listening to Z right now, let me be very clear what Paris Milan is engaging in. She called us internet terroristic or something along those lines. I said the word. I know what I'm saying. This is gonna get demonetized. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. She's doing the damsel in distress black woman, I wish I was a white woman thing. Number one. Number two, Paris Milan was the one that said Kentanji chose better, Serena chose better, Eve chose better, Kamala chose better. You forgot, Miss Paris Milan? You were the one who did that. You. Paris, you, and let's see if who I think gonna do the next damage control video, do the next damage control video. Huh? Yeah, that guilt, it's stinging, ain't it, Paris? Huh? Paris, it's stinging, ain't it? Now Paris is saying these pro-blacks and these and she's getting real close to Nazi language, right? Of course she's making fun and mocking, but of course she is, right? Of course she is. She's making fun and mocking black men. Of course she is, because brothers are saying divesting gone wrong, and she's saying, well, like there's not pro-black gone wrong, and like y'all don't leave, and she's mocking black women who end up with black men, and those men they leave you with your children. Ma'am, as respect for Sade Robinson, I'm not gonna say everything I want to say. As respect for the young lady, Paris, you are the worst of all of them. You're worse than Chrissy. You're worse than Yanni. You're worse than Crystal and Kerosene. You don't have a villain origin story. You did this for the money. You're the worst. You didn't even do this because you're a true believer. You did this strictly for the cash. For all of you young black women that listen to Paris, understand that what Paris has done. Paris walked y'all to the edge of the cliff like Mr. Z says all the time. She keeps on saying all this anti-black man stuff, and yet she turned around and married a black man on y'all ass. Paris is not a true believer. She's doing it for the money. Now she's trying to play damage control because her conscience is probably eating at her, because she knows that young women, young black women, like a Sade Robinson, listen to her. She knows it's young black women that listen to her. And so when she says Kamala chose better, Serena chose better, Eve chose better, Kentanji chose better. Now, when she said that, from my understanding, I don't think I think the Lauren Smithfield thing had already happened and whatnot. But all of these women could have been subscribers of Paris Milan. All of them. Paris Milan is attempting to do damage control. Paris, you want to talk about disgusting? You want to talk about disgusting? So now you're going to put out your little caution story. Now you're going to caution black women. Dear young black women, y'all could go through Mr. Z's videos over the past 2 and some odd years, my lives. I've always been saying this. Black women like Paris Milan, right, are going to walk y'all off the edge of the cliff. They're going to lead you down into the den where white men do what this dude is allegedly what he allegedly did to Miss Sade Robinson. And rest in peace to the young lady. I did not plan on covering this. I was been given this story. I did not plan on covering this, and I'm still not going to really cover this story. I'm going at Paris Milan. Because Paris Milan, out of all of them, is the true monster. She's a non-believer. This is a white man, a white capitalist, chocolate-dipped black woman. And to whoever you are who's married to her, brother, I said it to you before. All right. Keep thinking you safe because you're Nigerian and you're not ADOS. All right. If Paris is, even if this is some type of character that she's playing on the internet, that lets you know what she got in her. Keep playing. Keep playing. Y'all be marrying these women. Your egos like, man, she ain't gonna do that to me. Or she's just doing that for the money. She don't really believe in that. Okay. All right. Huh? Paris Milan is worse than Chrissy. She's worse than Paris. I said Paris. She's worse than Chrissy. She's worse than Yen. She is Lexus Exodus level. Just because she speaks cutesy, just because she used certain words or don't use certain words, does not mean that she is not Nazi level. Right? This is, y'all got to be careful of what, dear black women, young black women, you got to be careful who you listen to just to spite black men, just to get that energy off, just to have somebody articulate your anger and your rage when you read through comments and black men saying this about us. Huh? Now, of course, she bring up Toby Abumseli, I think his last name was. Of course she does. Of course she does. The pro-black, when pro-black love goes wrong, I want you to remember this is a black woman married to a black man. Yes, he's Nigerian or Nigerian descent, if I'm not mistaken, but this is a black woman married to a black man, and she's literally making money off of y'all rage. It doesn't matter if you send her a super chat or a cash app. All those views are gonna go and gonna become money that's gonna go into her pockets. Her pocket. Train tracks, train tracks, train tracks. Y'all gotta be careful listening to women like Paris is the worst amongst the three, Yanni, Chrissy, and Paris. She's the worst because she don't even have a villain origin story. She got the money went that way. That's the way I'm going. It's not even the little few dollars that Boyce Watkins was supposed to give her that he didn't give her. That ain't the villain origin story. It's not the comments that she read online. It's not Kevin Samuels. It's none of that. Paris did this for the money. And Paris is going to keep on gassing y'all up with this rage prawn, with this anger prawn. Now she's trying to do damage control because it's damn near 3 years in a row. It's damn near 3 years in a row where you get these high profile, at least for the black community, at least for these conversations, high profile deleting of black women in the presence of white men. Young black women too. Right? The link is in the description box for those of you that want to see Paris. She's streaming now. She's streaming now. Mr. Z just didn't have the discipline and waited for her to finish. Right? Huh. And this is straight propaganda. Straight, listen. Why we cover Paris, why we cover women like this, is to say this internet back and forth between black men and black women will get someone deleted. It will get someone deleted. You got to be careful with this rhetoric. And Paris was out here sounding crazy. Femicide every 5 seconds. Meanwhile, some of the most high profile cases of young black women being deleted were at the hands of, or at least in the presence of, white folks. And now Paris is all, yeah, the police, the police don't even really pay attention to the case, and they don't take the case seriously, and yeah, you know, the white men are doing the thing that you mock black men for. You know, the, oh yeah, we're gonna protect our own. We don't care what heinous thing he did to a black woman. Wait a minute. Sorry, that's us acknowledging that he did something heinous to a black woman. We're not even saying that. Right. Y'all young ladies, I want y'all to understand. Paris is making good money off of this content. She know y'all were waiting for either her or Yanni or Chrissy to put out the damage control think piece or live. Paris know that. Paris is not dumb. She's an airhead. She, by the way, Phil from the Advice Show, she's making fun of you right now. She's essentially calling you mushmouth. She's insulting your wife. Bum ass Paris. Wanna be white man, wanna be white woman ass Paris. Paris Milan, you got the nerve to insult someone? Mishide your marriage? Huh? Keep on gassing black women with all this rage prawn because that's where you make your real money. You want to insult Phil for being married to a non-black woman, and now you insulting the way the women looks? Why? Because you're an airhead with a vocabulary? You're a Nazi airhead with a vocabulary, and you think you can insult Phil? Black women, this is who you want to follow? Young black women, you want to follow the woman that makes money off of your anger? You want to follow the woman that makes money off of your anger? Off of your rage? Right now, she's doing a damage control video because, oh crap, this dude Khashoggi'd this young woman. Young black woman, 19 years old. 19 years old. This man Khashoggi'd a 19-year-old. And instead of Paris coming online, putting on her big girl panties and saying, listen, black women, yeah, about my rhetoric over the past few years, it's more than few years, but fine. No, she spends at least the beginning now doing the damage control. Eventually, she's gonna get to the, oh, let me give y'all words of wisdom y'all are dating, and especially when y'all dating these non-black men. This is the same thing, by the way, that Chrissy engaged in once. Y'all love doing this. This is the same thing Lexus X engaged in once. Y'all keep on putting out these damage control videos after y'all sound like goddamn Nazis, and then black women end up turning up missing or deleted, messing around with y'all. She's putting this out because she don't know if this young lady was subscribed to her. She might actually do know that this young lady is subscribed to her. She doesn't know. So she's putting out the damage control video now. Young black women, I get it. It ain't fair you're not an upper middle class white woman. It ain't fair you went to one of these schools in the burbs and your white homegirls had cars by the time they were 16 and 17 years old. It ain't fair. Fine. Huh? It's not fair. These women are getting proposed to in college. Okay, cool. And then you go out here and try to date these white women's white brothers, and at best you get Steph code. Huh? At best you get insulted by the white racist dude who you saved with a kid already, by the way. And then he goes to insulting you and other black people, which, remember, you saved him when Trump is running for president. At best you get that. And at worst, well, black women, you got to be careful messing around with Paris Milan. Paris Milan will go all the way. She'll go all the way out of spite. To spite. Have you ever really listened to this young lady speak? Paris Milan she will use your unalive bodies as stepping stones to beat up on black men. Paris Milan will do it. Huh? She'll do it. And so she's going to use your rage, your sadness, your loneliness, your horniness, your envy of white women, pretending like it's not envy of white women. All women of color got envy of white women. Upper middle class white women, but y'all just say white women. Okay, whatever. She's going to use that for her wallet, and she keep on saying she's not going to have kids. Okay, whatever. For her husband and for her kids. Oh, let's remind you again, her black husband. After all that crap she's been talking for years, her black husband. Paris is one dangerous ass woman. One spiteful, dangerous woman, and she's not even a true believer. Side over every black young black woman. Remember, this is the lady I brought y'all black femicide. Remember, she is also saying a term coined by a white woman, popularized by the likes of Paris Milan and Lexus Exodus. Huh? To you young black women, how long are y'all gonna let Paris Milan skate? How long y'all gonna let Paris Milan skate? How many unalive that pass probably at the hands of white men, but definitely in the presence of white men, how many of them are gonna have to pile up before you tell Paris to get the hell out of here? How many? The non-believer, by the way, because she's married to a black man. Where did Paris grow up again? West Coast, right? She wasn't around white folks? Paris was around white folks. Why she don't got her goddamn white man? Paris know what it is. Paris ain't dumb. Paris Milan knows what it is with these white dudes. It's the same reason why Bowser, Kim Foster, doesn't have a white man. Because she know what it is with them too. And she don't look too far off from Kentanji. Kentanji got a white man and you don't? You know what it is with them white men, and you went to Harvard. You know what it is. And you went to prom with a white dude. You know what it is. Kim Foster. Black women, I get it. You're angry. You ain't white. Huh? You're angry. Your temper tantrum, nobody cares. You're angry because you feel like Kevin Samuels was insulting you and your likeness. You're angry. You're angry you getting these college degrees. You're in 20 and 30 and 40 and 50 and 60 and 100 and over $100,000 in student loan debt. And those jobs and those quote unquote careers are not paying what you thought they should pay. And you priced yourself and your vagina out the game. So now you just said, I'll just be a rich auntie that I ain't getting married, I'm not having kids. Because these black men won't step up and these white men ain't checking. Oh, I forgot. Y'all don't say the second part. I get it. You're angry. And so you listen to women like Paris and Yanni and Chrissy so you can get that energy off. And the Paris of the world, and the Chrissies of the world, and the Yannis, and the Cynthia G's, and the Lexus Exodus, and the Shira Sevens, and the Alejos, till you go out there and expand your options. Oh, date out. And you do. And none of you want to be honest about how these white boys be putting y'all through it. How these Latinos be playing y'all worse than anything you thought black men were going to do. Y'all don't want to be honest about that because you try to save face. And every once in a while, a white man will take it all the way. Huh? We trying to say, oh, Steph Curry, the only one that got played by white dudes? Stop it. Huh? Christy been swilling for at least 20 years. Where's her white wedding ring? Uh-oh. Huh? Kim Foster went to prom, high school prom, with a white guy. She's in her mid-30s now. She's dating the brother. Where's her white husband? She went to Harvard. She graduated from Harvard. This is a Harvard grad. Where is her white husband? These, what I'm saying to you, young black women, is these black women know. They know better. That's why the demographer and sociologist, PhD, by the way, black woman, by the way, who's single, by the way, Chris Marsh, that's Kris Marsh. That's why she told y'all, essentially, y'all got to get comfortable being single black women because Chris Marsh, no white men ain't checking. Remember, I said she's a demographer. That's a black woman. Come off kind of loony to me, but either way, PhD. And Paris Milan, who think she's better than Phil, is out here trying to do damage control because her type of rhetoric gets black women deleted by non-black men. Gets black women's families told, oh, that white guy, he seemed like a very nice person. Huh? So instead of Paris coming online, coming onto YouTube and apologizing to black women that she led on, she, instead of her just doing the damage control, no, she got to insult black men first. She got to jab at the pro-blacks first. She got to jab at black men first. Of course she does. She's jabbing at black women that's married to and with black men. She's jabbing at black men. She's jabbing at the black manosphere. Of course she is. And she's going to spend a couple minutes and tell y'all, oh, be careful for the white men. And I'm not telling y'all to be naive and look out for these signs. Yawn, yawn, yawn. Yawn. Huh? Y'all listen to this young lady who lied to you in your faces, who used your sadness, your loneliness, your horniness, your envy of white women against you for some views and money. Huh? Y'all listen to her. And she turned around and got married to a black man in your face. She got married to a black man in your face and hid the marriage. Huh? And hid the marriage. Oh, black women, I get it. It ain't fair. You're a black woman in a white dominated country on a white dominated planet. It's not fair. It's not fair that black men are the ones that went around the planet. I'm going to use all the words today. This is getting demonetized like hell. It's not fair that black men didn't go on the planet and rape and kill and conquer and destroy so that it could be, well, actually, would it be like 20%? You not really 20% like you, but y'all all think it's all white women. So let me say it. You're not white women, and that's black men's fault. Huh? And so you listen to women like Paris. Huh? Because when you listen to women like Paris, it feels good because it's like she's taking back what Kevin Samuels took, which is what? Your dignity? What, your chance to end up with the white guy? No. Kevin Samuels put a microphone and a camera up and he let you embarrass yourself. That's what happened. That's what happened. And so y'all ran back to Cynthia G and Chrissy and Yanni and Paris and Lexus Exodus and Mahogany Pink and Alejo and Shira 7 and et cetera, so that they could give y'all the right vocabulary and rebuttal to the Kevin Samuels of the world, the Mr. Z's of the world. And just about 2 years after Kevin Samuels passing, y'all still don't got nothing to show for it. Paris has gotten married since then and lied to y'all in your face. Married to a black man. Mr. Z is going to keep on reminding you. Y'all danced on Kevin Samuels' grave. You danced on Kobe Bryant's grave. You danced on Toby's grave. You danced on, what's the other brother out of California? Grave. Huh? Y'all danced on their grave. Right? Paris. Yeah, the one from California that moved to was it Tennessee? Huh? Terry Nichols? Terry Nichols. Ah, Mr. Z remembers. You danced on Terry Nichols' grave. And yet most of you still don't have anything to show for it. You don't have the non-black man. You don't have the ballerific black man. You don't have the great ass job and career. All you have is the same old tired Paris Milan rhetoric. Huh. Paris Milan is going to keep on doing this. I want you to recall Lexus Exodus put out her damage control video. Chrissy has put out multiple damage control videos. And here comes Paris with the damage control video. They have spoken about black men so extreme. They have been so extreme on the anti-black male misandry. The black male misandry. They have been so extreme that y'all listen to them. And you go out here and be the, Mr. Z's just going to use all the words, screw it, the sex toy for non-black men who either harm you or delete you. And the harm may not even be physical. Huh. And Black Uru says, and what's going on, Black Uru? I heard her say white men are emboldened to delete black women because white men are not afraid of black men. That's just some demonic rhetoric right there. And if she's going to say that, then okay, let's go with it. Who are white men afraid of? The silence is on purpose? Fine, let's go with it. Okay, let's go with it. Who are white men afraid of? Asian men? South Asian men? Oh boy. Latino men? Indigenous men? Who? Who are they afraid of? Black women? Yeah, that's it. Right? White men are not afraid of black women. Excuse me, white men are not afraid of black men, so that's why they delete black women. Huh. It's real convenient, isn't it? How it always comes back to being Jermaine's fault. Y'all think we playing when we say it's always Jermaine's fault and you can't win. We're not joking. Shout out to BGS. We're not joking when we say it. I was sent this story. I purposely didn't cover it. The young lady was young. She was naive. Okay, fine. This is gruesome. I'm not here to celebrate her death, or even do more than be like, black women be careful, young black women be careful, and end it there. Don't be naive. Okay, fine. You in this gender war with black men, and you're gonna show black men, look, I'm gonna go get me my white king. I'm gonna go get me my Latino king, my Asian king, and wave him in your face. Look what I got. Okay, fine. I didn't want to cover this story because I didn't want to even be insinuated that I was gloating, or is something to make fun of, or is something to use and beat black women over the head with. And Paris Milan, you want to talk about disgusting. Paris Milan saw this and thought it was a perfect time to find a way to beat up on black men, to find random comments on the internet and be like, oh, look, the vesting gone wrong. Right? Paris thought it was going on, Denny. Paris had it again. Right? Huh. I wanted to leave this story alone. And yet Paris Milan came out of mothballs to do her damage control, because maybe she got a conscience under there, or maybe the guilt, or maybe she suspects that this young lady could have been a subscriber of hers or a follower of hers. So she's coming out with the damage control video, and of course, she got to jab at black men while she's doing the quote unquote damage control. You know, outside of saying I said to y'all, dear young black women, I cannot say it. I'm trying not to say it. I cannot not say it. I said it. Y'all gonna mess around and keep on listening to Yanni and Chrissy and Paris and Cynthia G and all of them, and they're gonna get y'all hemmed the hell up. They're going to get you hemmed up. Most of y'all do not really understand white folks like that. You don't know the white dudes to look out for. You don't. You don't understand the different cultures of white folks. You don't even know there's a different cultures of white folks outside of class. You don't. Huh? You don't know what the signs are. And these women are never going to tell you what the signs are, because half of them never dated a white dude before. They're just going to tell you to do it. They're using you as cannon fodder in what they deem as the internet online gender war. And y'all mess around and listen to them. And when it goes left, they just use your story as a cautionary tale. Your family is grieving. Your family is mourning, and they just use your story as a cautionary tale. And of course, they use your story to find some way to blame it on black men, or at least beat up on black men. But of course, Paris is the worst, the absolute worst. And y'all give Z 1 second. Y'all talk amongst yourselves. So, and I'm back. Um, we're gonna continue to cover stories like this. Oh, see 1 second. Okay, there we go. There we go. Yeah, because the Paris Milans of the world can contradict themselves. They can lie in your face, and you want to hear rage prawn content so bad. You want to get at black men so bad for not making you a rich or elite white woman. You want to get at them so bad that you listen to Paris, and Paris lies to your face. Paris is a whole hypocrite. Y'all remember the story of the hood black woman who was messing around with one of these thrown off white dudes also, and she was maybe mid age, maybe a little bit older than mid age. Um, and he deleted her. I've mentioned this story before. And the grown ass daughter of said white man, excuse me, she was interviewed and she's like, my dad has always been a racist. He always said to me as a kid, if you ever see me with a black person, I'm going to delete them. And she said, I didn't know that he was talking to a black woman. I would have told her to get the hell out of here. That's why I'm not even around him. Right? We have the story of the black woman that had what 3 or 4 kids. I'm not speaking about Asia Maynard. The black woman that had like 3 or 4 kids, having an affair with a white cop who's married. Rumor has it she popped up pregnant. He deleted her. Black women, what you have to understand is whatever you think black men are on, you ain't seen nothing yet until you see, well, your average white man. Especially your average white man, if he feel cornered, have fun with that. You know, black women will often insult and criticize and demean black men for not having power. And when they say power, they really mean a one-to-one exact of what they feel like white men could do, which is really white elite men, which is do whatever they want and pretty much get away with it. Black women will often criticize black men for not having this type of social power, right? This type of social power, social currency, skin color power, if we're going to call it what it really is, where your skin color denotes a certain level of social power, and so people know not to cross you because, right? Kind of how people speak about the small hats. So black women will denigrate black men for not having this power. And then some of those black women will then insert themselves into white spaces to hopefully end up with a white man. And then when the white man flexes said power on the black woman, when she finds herself on the wrong side of that white man's power, right? When the black woman finds herself on the wrong side of the white man's power, now what? When the black woman finds herself on the wrong side of Chad Wheeler, now what? Huh? Sade Robinson, a 19-year-old. That's no time, y'all. 19 years, that's no time. That's no time. That's nothing. No longer here because of a sick ass white dude. She was young and naive, and she came across the wrong white dude that wasn't just gonna pipe and send her on her way. He wanted to do way more than that. And now is when Paris Milan decides to put out this damage control video, we'll say. Huh. And Vito says black women still think white men are not corrupt, and all black men are. I think for the Paris Milans of the world, I don't even think they really think that. I think they make money off of selling that without actually saying those words exactly to their subscribers. Right? Huh. They sell that to the black girls that don't have a black uru as a dad, or a trail as a dad, right? Or a truth teller as a dad, or artisan MC as a dad. They sell that to them, the young girls and young women that don't have black dads. Or here's something that's really frightening: do have black dads, involve black fathers who don't know who Paris Milan is and who the hell your daughter is listening to on the internet. Huh? Who doesn't know who Cynthia G is and who didn't know who your daughter used to, at least, listen to on the internet. Who doesn't know who Chrissy is. Huh? So you have the Ostefkos who still don't want to go too much into detail yet, at least, and the Olays who go to Whitelandia, get done how they get done. We know how they get done in Whitelandia, right? White man beat and then beat, right? They go to Whitelandia. The white man has fun with them, kicks them off of Mount Olympus, and the Olays and the Ostefkos come back with their tail between their leg, something else between their leg, and at least they're just a smidge honest about what can happen and what white men are in particular. But the Paris and the Chrissies, oh no. Not before beating up on black men first, of course. Yeah, they might be like, okay, look, not all white men are that great. But let me tell you about these black men. We literally watched Chrissy do this with the Travis Kelsey story. We literally watched Chrissy do this. As if pro black love is all that great, right? Ain't that right, Chrissy? We're watching Paris do it where she's literally doing it right now. Hmm. Lauren Smith Fields, Asia Maynard, now Sade Robinson. Damn, they're back to back to back year after year after year. And these are the high profile stories. These are the high profile stories. Right? And Paris Milan thinking this is a great time to remind y'all how horrible black men are. Right? And I'm Waffle says, and thank you for the super chat. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. I wonder if we can find the victim's social media, eerily similar to Lauren Smith Fields' case. Paris and company ushering the girls into into their coffins. Shaking my head. Paris don't want to own it. I think it does bother her a little bit, but that little I'm a spite black man. See, when you are so headstrong and you want to go into tit for tat, you love the tit for tat. You love the game, right? For all of us that remember the Mr. and Mrs. Smith with Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie, and they both got to the house at the same time and they start sniping at each other and shooting at each other and fighting each other. Do we remember who put their gun down first? Does anyone remember who put their gun down first? And who was the one that said, come on? Like they wanted to continue. Black women, everyone. Black women like Paris Milan. Huh? Black women like Paris Milan. Black women like Chrissy. Black women like Lexus Exodus. When these things go left, when they just keep on getting hit upside the head of Brad gone bad on black women, right? Bad boy Brad showing you why he's called bad boy Brad. When they keep on getting hit upside the head with all these stories of white men running through black women, white men giving black women the 28 days later, the package, the gift that keeps on giving, right? When they keep on getting hit with these stories and they can't take it anymore, yeah, they'll make a think piece or do a live speaking about it, but that's not without, of course, there's a prerequisite. You got to beat up on black men. You got to bring black men in for the ritual backhand, right? And after you insult black men and you denigrate black men and you talk about how black men are they're no better than white men. We're not deleting and Khashoggiing black women. That's what we're not doing. For those of you that don't know about Khashoggi, look up Khashoggi. Journalist deleted and well dismembered by who allegedly now everybody knows was Mohammed bin Salman. Yes, the crown prince of Saudi Arabia. Allegedly, of course, allegedly. Confirmed allegedly. So whenever these stories come out of white men, well, being white men, you will have one of these content creators with tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of subscribers who think it's now time to damage control this story by once again bringing black men in for the ritual insults and demeaning, spending a few minutes with the cautionary tales towards black women about non-black men, particularly white men, and then go back up to beating up on black men, and then they're done. The sandwich method, everyone. Right? The sandwich method. And once again, I'm Waffles. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. Right? And Black Uru says, and I should have read this earlier, I am amazed a teenage black woman would go to the home of a white man she has never met before and no one in her family knows anything about. It just spins my brain that that girl did that. Yeah, me too. It was super naive. It was super naive. Detroit, she was 19. And he was what, in his mid 30s or something like that. She was 19. 19. And Charles, it was a mistake. In a world where these men weren't so sick, the worst that would have happened is he has his little fun with her and he sends her about her way. Right? That's the worst. If she went to his home, she probably thought that the most that's gonna happen is he's gonna make a move and we're gonna do adult things and then there you go. And no, absolutely not. Right? And Charles Irby says, and this is what I was responding to, the young woman's first mistake was going to the man's home after one date. Exactly. Exactly. Huh. Man. It it's heartbreaking, really. Only 19. How much life did this young lady have ahead of her? Deleted by a sicko white dude, and now you have black women like Paris Milan, who's taking this opportunity to read whatever comments she's seeing online to justify that what black men are no better. Remember, you're the one who bought this femicide thing to the internet. This black woman femicide thing. This over every corner is some black man trying to delete a young black girl, prey on her, do something definitely illegal, definitely immoral, and then probably delete her. You're the one who bought that to the floor. You are, Paris. In actuality, though, mm, right? Wow. And Detroit says, I went to Milwaukee plenty of times. Most white men are like that in public. Man. This is a great comment. And Black Uru says, no matter how much a white man may appear to like a black woman, the danger will always be that she will become insulted or indignant. Yeah, she will become insulted or indignant with her. I think you meant he or she, her in any way that extreme racism will quickly manifest. Look, I said this a little while ago. I think I might have said it on the Roger Report show, which is, did black people forget that they black? And like, I'm really asking my elders, so I'm really asking you brothers that's like, I want to say 50, but Trail ain't 50 yet. So let's say Trail's age is only like 48, 49 and older. Did black people forget that they black? Or is it just me? Right? Because especially black women, did black women forget that they black? Or the only time they're reminded that they're black is when non-black men are not checking for them? Because apparently that's the only time they realize that they're black. They only realize when that they're black in the workspace when the white women are getting the promotions and they're not, or when the white and Latino and Asian guys are passing them up for the women of their own demographic or for white women. Huh? And maybe that's why we see an onslaught of conversations and videos and think pieces and articles about black women speaking about desirability, because I guess this is their way of shaming white men into letting them into the club. Huh? Because apparently that's the only time that black women really realize that they're black. Is when non-black men are not checking, or they're not getting promotions, or not even being hired, or being what they said. Black men are the last hired, first fired, or first fired, last hired. Black women similar. So I guess that's the only time they realize they're black, right? Trail says they believe that black girl magic ish and think they are infallible. Yeah, and white men got an answer for that. White men have an answer for that. Huh. 19 years old. You went to the home of a strange white man at 19 years old. It's not even a strange white man. Okay, fine. Some strange white dude. You're 19, he's 20, 21, 22. At most, you would have got treated just like the dark skinned homegirl we covered a few years ago with the frat bro. He would have did what he wanted to do with you and then passed you on afterward. Right? Huh. But not only did you go to the home of a strange white man, you went to the home of a strange white man who's pushing damn near what, 15 years older than you, 16 years older than you? Aren't these the same women that cringe when we speak about a 20-year-old, 21-year-old, better yet, black woman dating a 30-year-old black man? Right? Huh. And oh yeah, I heard the mother has a biracial daughter. So the mother of Sade Robinson has a biracial child also. So I guess Sade was the oldest, and she's fully black, and I guess the possibly I haven't looked into that yet, so I'm gonna say that, but I'm not 100% sure about that. But yeah, um, and Black Uru says, in recent years, white people have done a great job, especially with their so-called love of hip hop and black culture, fooling black people into believing white people have changed. But the DEI and affirmative action flap shows they are exactly who they've always been, which I agree with, by the way. Masterful propaganda. And that's all it is. That's Black Uru, you have heard me say a million times, and I don't think people, because they hear me say the capitalism part, but they don't really get it. When Nixon said sell them on capitalism, and Mercer Baradaran goes into withering detail about this. By the way, Mercer Baradaran is not even black; she's Persian. But okay, cool. Um, in her book Color of Money, that and this is where I get when I tell everyone, Mitt Romney's dad, George Romney, who was HUD secretary under Nixon, Nixon sent him out there to find out why black people were still protesting in the late 60s, early 70s, and he went, did his research, came back, sir, because they know we lied to them. They know we ain't gonna do nothing for them, right? And this is where you get benign neglect, right? Number one. Number two, Nixon literally said, sell them on capitalism. Sell them on capitalism. And when Nixon's administration would go and look for, up and coming black people that are doing the damn thing financially and try to present these stories, which, by the way, outside of um, artists in the late 60s, early 70s, black people still just like now didn't have any money like that. So they're trying to find these type of look, black people, you can make it. This person's a millionaire. And Nixon pretty much said, I don't care about none of that. Just find feel good stories. That's the type of propaganda the black community is dealing with. Meanwhile, Paris Milan thinks she's doing something by insulting black men all day, every day, and wonders why she got to come on here and do damage control videos acting like she give a damn about this young lady. Because the last thing Paris wants is for people to start seeing who this young lady was subscribed to, who she followed, who she might have quoted, and it lead right back to Paris on lame ass. Paris, stop acting like you care about this young lady and you care about black women. You trying to cover your ass. Huh? You're trying to cover your ass. And you and Chrissy, not so much Yanni, but kind of. Lexus Exodus and Cynthia G and Y'all have done a great job talking about propaganda, propagandizing black women against black men over the past, well, since y'all been on the internet, really. When the algorithms changed and it became profitable to be sexist and misandrous towards black men, that's the direction y'all went in. And that's the direction y'all have stayed in. And so you never know who's actually subscribed to you. I thought I told y'all this years ago. And so whenever one of these stories come out, here y'all come with the damage control videos, just like you did with Asia Maynard, Paris. Huh? So now you insulting Phil and saying Phil keeps on dropping this type of anti-black woman stuff. I know you ain't talking Paris. I know Paris Milan, the California airhead who thinks she's hiding behind not using profanity and this fake cutesy thing, whoever you are, her husband, all right. I know Paris Milan ain't talking about who's making disparaging content about the opposite sex in the black community. I know you not talking. Oh, I forgot. Black women are justifying doing that. I'm sorry. Z, you forgot. You forgot. You forgot. Black men just need to shut up and take the verbal abuse. And what black women are saying is justified. It's understandable because, black men committed the ultimate sin. Not making black women rich white women, upper middle class white women, wealthy and elite white women. So they can look down their noses at other women and feel a sense of humanity in that way. Says Paris Milan, I mean Iron Rand, I mean Paris Milan. Right? Huh. Lion says I want to watch the vid, but don't want that chick shows up in my algorithm. Right? Man. And Detroit says, and thank you for the super chat. You should have seen their bios where black women put white men only for pay for play. It's a majority of them. You know, there's a reason I said this before why I am I lean economically left. I lean economically left because this is the outcome, period. Black women and other women, white women knew what they were doing, especially elite white women. All you did with being the buffer class for elite white men is be the buffer class for elite white men. That's all you did. And so upper middle class, even not even just upper middle class, we don't even got to go up that high. Solidly middle class white dudes get to eeny, meeny, miny, mo, that's on top of the color and race thing. They get to eeny, meeny, miny, mo, whichever women they want, and y'all go for the potential stability. And Detroit, I'm addressing exactly what you just said. For the potential stability, you'll go Mindy Kaling. For the potential stability, you'll go Amanda Marianne, right? For the potential stability, what's homegirl from the 90s, the Asian woman that I brought up before and I already forgot her name? Right? The East Asian woman, I already forgot her name. For the potential stability. And so feminism plus capitalism made white elite men even more sought after and desirable? What? Right? Tila Tequila. Thank you, Jake. Yes, Tila Tequila. For the potential stability. Huh. So whether y'all are saying it overtly or not, and once again, I'm still addressing what you said, Detroit. Whether black women are saying it overtly or not, whether Asian women or Latina women or South Asian women or indigenous women, whether y'all saying it overtly or not, y'all pay to play for almost all men of means, but definitely for white men of means. And they know it. And what you think that mean? Huh? So if you come down the income and class structure a bit, everyday white men know they still could pull y'all. Bum ass white men know they still could pull you. And now what? Right? Thank you, AB. Paris Milan, brought to you by Moist Watkins. Boys, you bought us this. You bought us Paris and Cynthia G. God damn, your vetting process is trash, Dr. Boyce Watkins. Dr. Boyce Watkins, you bought us Michi X, you bought us Yvette Carnell, at least Yvette Carnell trying to do something. You bought us Paris Milan, you bought us Cynthia G. Oh boy, you bought us Vicky Dillard, you bought. uh, and yeah, we're supposed to get relationship advice from Dr. Boyce Watkins and his wife. You bought us Paris Milan and Cynthia G. Two Nazi level black women who have spent the better part of half a decade, more than that, talking crap about black men. Right? Oh yeah, you're right. I got Vicky Dillon mixed up with the lady that was that's still on Voice right now. I forgot her name. Sorry, Vicky Dillon, wrong person. And Jake says Vicky Dillon was the commentator for Phil. Not sure if she's still doing it. Yeah. My apologies, Vicky Dillon. Right? Huh. Paris Milan is calling black men nakers, a term coined by a racist white woman speaking about the Lakers, the LA Lakers. She fake Freudian slip and said nakers. And Nazi level black women like Lexus Exodus and Paris Milan think it's funny to say it. And I think you ladies, black women, the Paris Milan types, who call black men nakers, just let everyone know how much you really want to be white women. I think it's perfectly symbolic that it was a racist white woman who started saying it, and then black women picked it up and started saying it too. I think that is perfectly emblematic of the type of women y'all are, jealous of white women, black women. Right? Huh. Paris Milan is dangerous, y'all. Young black women, heed this warning. I said it to you. Paris Milan and her ilk will walk you off the edge of the antidepressant, lonely, miserable rose toy cliff. They will walk you to the edge of the cliff, watch you fall off, and turn around and walk right back to the arms of whatever white man, black man, Latino man, probably not Asian man, that they have. Maybe even the arms of another black woman. Y'all keep on listening to Paris Milan so she could help you get that black men ain't ish energy off. So she could help you and give you the vocabulary to speak about black men disparagingly, racist, right? Y'all keep listening to her and find yourself at the wrong end of white male power. Huh? I don't recall. Maybe. And Black Guru says, didn't the racist white woman report use that Naker comment while referring to Kobe's death? I don't recall. Was that when she did it? I want to say yes, but I don't remember. I want to say yes, right? Yeah, she was go. Yeah, she was. From my understanding, she was trying to team up with black pastors to have this done. And I am Waffle says Z. Now that you mentioned it, I think I recall reading a quote from Margaret Sanger saying something like "abort black male babies." I don't remember if it was just black male babies, but if I recall correctly, she was attempting to get black pastors to kind of push this on the black women, right? And I am Waffle says yes, it was. So in other words, yeah. So that racist white woman did say that um in the aftermath of Kobe's passing, did call black men nakers, called the Lakers black male basketball players that play for the Los Angeles Lakers nakers. So by extension, calling black men nakers, right? Huh? Right? So once again, my cautionary comment to young black women: y'all gonna keep on messing around and listening to these content creators? Because I've watched the little collage of videos, or the videos that Real Talk with Yenny did covering, was it Real Talk with Yenny? It was Real Talk with Yenny who covered Shira 7, and you had a number of black women making fun of and mocking other black women who took Shira 7 seriously. They were like, "Oh, I just watch her for entertainment. I don't take her seriously." You keep on telling yourselves that. Why do people always think they're smarter than like those social designers and people that went, Chrissy, you went to school for marketing. Tell these people, these black women, they're not smarter than the people who literally went to school to study the brain and know what buttons to press and where to place a color and how to make the color pop and how to mess with the brain and make the mind desire what the people that's selling stuff want you to desire. Tristan Harris speaks about this all the time. They study the brain. They know how to make you desire something and then get you to buy it. And yet, black women, and it doesn't necessarily have to be buy it as in monetary value, buy into an idea. But you know, black women thinking they smarter than everybody else, definitely smarter than black men. Oh, I just watched Shira 7 for entertainment. Right? So you try to mock the other black woman who's taking Shira 7 more seriously. You tell her, I just watched Shira 7 for entertainment. Meanwhile, right? And Hermes says, Z, I'm a marketing major as well. You're 100% correct. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Right? And Spain Man said they said that for Cynthia G too. Yeah, just watch it for entertainment. You're watching the Nazi for entertainment? Huh. Imagine saying, no, I'm just gonna go to this lab and watch this scientist dismember the small hats. His name is Goebbels. Yeah, I'm just gonna go watch that for entertainment. Imagine that. Right? I just want to watch the experiments. I want to hear them scream, but I'm just doing it for entertainment. I want to see what happens when you inject a live body with poison gas, a live human body. I just want it for entertainment. It's just entertainment. right? Imagine. And Salty Ball says, and thank you for the super chat. 4B equal Babel, batteries, Bosco, dog, and by yourself, man. Between all, okay, we have Nazi level black women, we have the 4B movement, we have this political lesbianism, political singleness thing going on. And it's fascinating listening to black women who don't appreciate how they have fully been propagandized by white racist society and they're doing their bidding all the way. Do I think that some of these black women know they're doing it? Absolutely. Do they care? No. So whether you are a card carrying agent or not, you're an agent. If you are doing the bidding of white racist folks, whether you're literally getting paid under the table by these alphabet boys or not, you are an agent. Yes, you are. Absolutely. Right. Huh. Telescope says daughter has a marketing degree from USC and NYU. Meta ain't paying her money for nothing. You see? And Black Uru says, how does one mind go from Lakers to Nakers unless that represents a sentiment that apparently is so strong you are struggling to repress it. I'm good with calling her a racist. Second that. All in favor? I. This is a good comment. I'm Waffles and I'm Waffles says people understand fast food and its correlation to disease, but not toxic content and its correlation to mental health or poor decision making. They don't get it. You know what's frightening? I was watching years ago, and I actually found it and clicked it again. I didn't watch it again because I need to. I need to. It was a conversation that Mark Lamont Hill had with the author of, was she Palestinian? She might have been Palestinian on Al Jazeera. This was years ago, like maybe 5, 6 years ago at this point, maybe even longer than that. It could have been 4, but I think it was like 5, 6 years ago. And this is a not American Middle Easterner who said, I don't know why, and I'm paraphrasing because remember, I haven't watched it in forever, who pretty much said, I don't know why Americans think that television is just television. It's all propaganda. It's all propaganda. Say that again, Z. It's all, not just the commercial, it's all propaganda. Right? Meanwhile, black women living in America have all of these negative views and sentiments about black men, and they love to tell you it's from their experiences, and they be all of 20 years old. Okay, yeah, that's it. Huh. Paris Milan literally said Kamala chose better, Serena chose better, Eve chose better, Kentaji chose better. And that's from her own experiences. The black woman that when she said it, she had to at least been engaged to the excuse me, to the Nigerian cat. So she had to at least have been engaged to him. And she's telling you, young black women, that Kamala chose better, Serena chose better, Kentanji chose better. The black woman who was probably engaged to a black man, yes, Nigerian or Nigerian descent, but a black man. Huh?
Man. So y'all, let me make this hard stop. Once again, Salty Balls, thank you for the super chat, and we'll pause right here. I'm probably gonna be back for a part two. Um, I'm gonna try to listen. She said she's gonna keep it up. Um, Probably not. But okay, whatever. I'm going to listen in because I think she's doing this on purpose for that. If she's keeping it up, that means she's really trying to do damage control. She's going to jab at black men. She's keeping it up for the alphabet boys. Paris, you're not as smart as you think you are, bro. She's keeping it up for damage control. She's keeping it up for the alphabet boys. She's keeping it up just in case that young lady gets tied back to her and we find out that young lady was a subscriber of hers, etc., etc. Paris, I'm not calling you dumb. I'm just saying you're not as smart as you think you are. And I'm Waffles, if you can, she might try to delete it right after the end of the stream. But if you can, yes, sir. Yeah, right? Huh. Black Uru says, Friends was on TV for a decade. We saw maybe 3 black people in New York City. You goddamn right, TV is propaganda. They'll never live that down. They will never live that down. Right? Huh. So, I might come to y'all with part two. I'm going to continue to listen to this absolutely enraging content, but okay, fine. Um, the things I do for my subscribers. Shout out to Charles Faulkner Jr., who says Mr. Z is a sadomasochist. I think he's right. I think he's right, y'all. Right? But it's important that we bring this to y'all because some young black women are listening to Paris. They listen to Paris Milan, right? Paris Milan speaks to them, right? Huh. Telescope says Mr. Z listens to all that ish, so we don't have to, right? Yeah, and same for Seinfeld. Buddy Road that went on that racist rant from Seinfeld. You don't need to know no more. Oh yeah, those are small hats, right? Yeah, small hats and black people come together. Okay, yeah, whatever. This dude get booed for all of 10 seconds. He goes on a racist N-word rant. You try to tell me they weren't dropping the N-bomb on that set at Seinfeld? Okay, yeah, that's it. Anyway, on that note, talking about Mr. Z trying to get canceled. On that note, we will pause right here. Love, peace, and chicken grease. Right? And y'all go check. Yeah, Mr. Z got to do a quick close, but we will pause right here. Love, peace, and chicken grease. Y'all go check out other Black Manosphere content, other non-Manosphere content, other non-Black Manosphere content, and we will be back hopefully later on tonight for a part two because this is going to be fun. And Detroit says, I'm coming up with the new theme of roast equals Yu-Gi-Oh. Man. And on that note, y'all have a great rest of y'all day. Hopefully I'll come back with a part two. All right, y'all. Mr. Z out.